here in case you care. Good morning. Allow me to turn on the Twitch and see if I'm going. The Twitch is not yet going. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, the Twitch. Yes? No? Come on. Don't get me network errors. No one likes you. Nobody likes network errors. Okay, there we go. Hollows. All is right with the world. Sort of. Okay. More not, huh? Six Alaric. Zoe Blue. Alright. Thanks to Torchholder, PsyQ, Narosa, Grand Funk ML for the follows. All of those names are unknown to me, so nice to meet y'all. I typically lately have been starting with antiquarians because there's so many of them. I should probably, what's the word? Do some, what is that? Space Cat and the Kitten is subscribed, but that's an odd icon. Whoop. Bye, Ferrari. All right. 600 out of 600, so we add a full one. No J Heart, so we're not going to be doing repetitive things. Now, I don't know for sure, but this certainly looks like, to me, a kitchen sink. Which are fun builds that contain somebody's achievement items and antiques and all sorts of other stuff that they want to show off. But I will say they went the extra mile. Hey, Kit Kabash, and added a lot of detail that's pretty specific. Like this floor is not the normal floor here. Look at all these candles placed in the bookshelves to really light things up. That is great. Great move there. We've got clutter on the tables over here. Natural looking, like somebody just put this stuff down. Some games. I can't click this duder and pop it, so they have an unlimited visitor, which means that people can come visit your house, but they can't interact with the things that you have in your house. So if you have crafting sets, they can't interact with them. If you have lights, they can't turn them on and off, that kind of thing. They can, however, sit in chairs. I guess that doesn't really count. But mostly it's like, you know, I can't turn this on and off. This is interesting too. Putting all of this like flora down here. Hey, what's up, Six? When it's a interior, but it doesn't look bad. It's just unexpected. And then you sort of got the same thing over here with the Daedric Rock. It's like unexpected. I should be doing some building today. I'm gonna try anyway. I've been feeling very uninspired, but we'll do what we can. Paying attention to the whole length and height of the wall, which is really cool. A lot of people just starting out don't don't do that because they don't think of it. Like, I certainly didn't. I didn't look up. To me, it was just like, oh, this is at my eye level. That is where I will put things. I hate Binkin. I wonder about the apples. Just the random apples throughout the house. It's almost like, I wonder what those are for. Like, do they have a meaning, or is it just somebody really likes apples and was just leaving them everywhere they went? Because that could happen. Bad arthritis day, so I may be grumpy. I apologize. But you're getting the real me today, no filters. This is the real me. I turned off the filter thing just for a little while. Yeah, give potatoes open. Go ahead and enter. We've got a little outdoor drinking area. And, wonder what this is. Like a display area. I'm just not really sure what the... Oh, here, they've made it a crystal wall. Yeah, this is definitely back here. This is more of, hey, Raven, here's the stuff that I've earned and my special achievement type dealies. That's what's going on over here. The inside was a little bit less like that. And I fell down. But the outside is certainly what I would have expected from an achievement house slash, trophy house. I need to come up with a name for those that sounds like how I mean it. So maybe just an achievement house is a good name for it, rather than kitchen sink, which is a little bit derogatory, and I don't mean it to be. So I will use achievement house. Morning, Evil. Let us see what is in the dead cat. Oh, I can't click. Oh, I can click the dead cat. Interesting. I thought I was on limited visitor in here. I am. That's interesting. You can click the dead cat even if you're on limited visitor. That's fascinating. Interesting. Hello, Cecil. Cecil Harvey. Let's do a small one, and then we'll do... I never finished Wednesday mornings yesterday. We'll go do that, and then I have Raven's second one, and I have several others that I need to do. But let's do Tanobunu's Kragenholm, and then we'll do some others. Still waking up. Sorry. All right. So we've got guest journal. Guy Lane's Dwemer architecture. I don't know effects in this house, so that's a real book. I just don't know that I've ever come across it before. So we've got some good clutter in here, all stacked up nicely. A little skooma pile by a handmade fireplace. Very nice. With Siller rock and all sorts of fun stuff. Good morning, Holmarian. Some definitely interesting clutter work in here. And then the big scary window. A second floor added. So we got a lot going on to look at. Even for a small house, it's nice when people add a second floor to give you more things to see. I mean, if you think about it, you're pretty much doubling the space that you have to walk across. Hey, Ari. Cheeses of Tamriel and some storage. I wonder if they get changed behind this, or if that's just the clothes hanging up. Definitely an interesting thought. Morning. Delicia. My neck hurts. Please forgive me for being grumpy. Also, this is all the coffee I have. This is very bad. I shall try to nurse it as much as possible. Anything? Anything? No. Boo! I saw you, though. Pop. Crap in there. Oh, nothing. This is a wrist guard. See? It's got, instead of using some sort of gel thing, it's got the poofy part in it. Like these are beads or sandpeg or something built into it so that I don't have to worry about finding a rest on anything. It just keeps my wrist in the right angle, so I'm not doing anything stupid with it. It is because I spend a lot of time at the pewter doing things and stuff. All right, let's hit Raven up. Fancy schmancy stable. Speaking of fancy. Yeah, I always wear this, so you'll see it every day. Now, I do have arthritis, so what you will also often see is I do have compression gloves that I sometimes wear, which I don't have in here right now, so no compression gloves for anybody. Just wrist guard. I don't really need it with the wrist guard. And I mean, I've been wearing this. This is my second one of these. I actually wore the other one through to the point that the sandbag came out the bottom. I had it for about 12 years. So I'm so comfortable with this system now that I don't really mind it. Oh my goodness, this is a fancy wait, we're in Sugar Bowl in here? Holy smokes. Wowzers, that's gorgeous. This is stunning. Oh, wow. Great use of EHT. Is that a saddle? Did you make a saddle? Hey, Eula, looks like a saddle flipped upside down. That's good. That is good. I am impressed. And look at the gate hinge. Isn't that great? So well done. You should send J-Heart to these. He would very much, I think, appreciate what you've done here. Because I know I do. 30 items, folks. 30 items. Well done. Very well done. Great job. I really like it. Excellent. Okay, let's hit up Smurgle's Coven of Amaranth Bastion. Smurgle! Very impressed. Oh, and definitely show him the Van Gogh one, but don't expect him to go as a little squeaky as me, because I don't think he's much of an art person, but hopefully he will recognize the stuff like that. I showed my husband last night. I showed that to him, and he said, even if you hadn't shown me the painting, he said, I think I would have guessed Van Gogh because of the angles and the colors, but also, more importantly, the hat would have told him. So I was kind of impressed by that. Wow, this is wild. What's going on in here? We've got antiquities and crafting, but it's like a shop area. This is Bastion? Okay, maybe the second person I've ever seen close off the waterfall section. Oh, they didn't. You just have to walk through here. Okay, that's fine. 699 items. So we have... Oh, this must be a guild house with all of these mundus. And what are you up to, lady? It was pretty obvious from the look, though. It really was. It was... You know Picasso, I'm sure, right? There's some painters. You probably just aren't thinking about them. I bet you know more than you give yourself credit for. It's easy to forget what you do and don't know when you're just trying to pull it out of a hat. Upsy daisy. Where are we going in here? Just where? What? Am I? Huh? Where am I going? Okay, I don't know. Yeah, Jackson Pollock and Monet. Yeah, I bet you would get a little bit more than you might think. It would be pretty impressive. Ah! My mouse flipped. I'm sorry. I'm resetting my mouse. There we go. My mouse has been acting up lately. I'm going to bet it has cat hair. Well, you know, he did something different for the time. That's the thing. And it certainly brought out emotion in people. And that's what art does. Good art brings out emotion and thought and critical thinking. And it certainly wasn't without any thought behind the colors or whatever, you know? Dali, yeah, you probably remember Dali. Escher, I bet you remember Escher, although he wasn't really much of a painter. He was more of a sketch person, but still. There's a lot of really familiar painters and artists that you might not think of right off the top of your back of the bat, but you actually do know more than you give yourself credit for. So that's an interesting connection there. O'Keeffe, right? Look for the vaginas. That's all I gotta say. Ooh, interesting combinations of items. Look at this. This is a very interesting room. I feel like I don't know what's going on in here, but it seems science-y or something. That's okay, Cecil. Cecil, have you seen Swankery's Ninja Turtles Sleek Creek? If you have not, I have to show it to you. If you actually do know the Ninja Turtles, I will have to drag your asses through there. So this is lots more of interesting stuff, antiquities that people dug up, some scary items. Looks like somebody bought the Azura set here. All right, let's pop back to the front real quick, and then we'll, as soon as we finish the side room, we'll go in. I'll show you Swank's. Yeah. And Andy Warhol did the Campbell soup. The Campbell soup and the cover of the Violent Femmes, the banana on the cover of the Violent Femmes. Things like that. Yeah, but hey, any reason you have to know him, you knew him, didn't you? Oh, building up here with all sorts of spooky shit. I think we see spiders, so you know, anybody not comfortable with spiders, please look the other way. We've got the trophy, the spider trophy. You know, I mean, there's always... Oh, speaking of, I want to show you something cool that I think I might have been the only person who figured this shit out, at least that I saw. Bob! Yes, Bob. I don't know. Would everybody know it from just looking at Bob? You know, if looking at one of his paintings, I don't know if his paintings are as, uh, I mean, to anyone who's watched him, certainly they're recognizable, but not everybody's watched him, right? Hmm. Hold on. Hold on. For one more day. Things are gonna change. Na, 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 na. I did all of these silly pictures of myself with filters. And now I have like 80 bajillion things that I need to scroll through in order to find anything that I'm looking for these days. Because I've got too many. Well, I don't know that. Thanks, Maldorin. Appreciate it. Hit a potato too while you're at it. Gosh, I want to show you guys this stuff, but so much of it is sort of what's the word? Not appropriate. Mal. There you go. Hit a potato. There you go. One of these days I'll just drag you guys through my pictures and show you the funnies. I do has a lot of funnies. So many funnies. They're good too. Although I do have a lot of political ones, so I would have to separate those out so that you guys don't end up having to see that. Everybody's got their political bent these days, right? At least a little bit. Alrighty then. Well, I don't think they can compete. Let's be honest. Potatoes are better than most things. I don't think the other ones can compete. They can try, but they will not succeed. Anyway, this whole section here is really cool. Really cool. Definitely Mafala-y. Hi! I'm also fun to watch just generally because I'm silly. Usually I wear a filter and look at goofball, but today I decided to go filterless and just be me. I gotta be me. Be a goofball. Alright, so then we have a next room. I don't know why there's these in the kitty litter box, but you know, hey. Broccoli liquor? Understood. That's okay, I understand that. But you're here, stalker, so hit exclamation point potato if you're PCNA or PCEU and enter for 50,000 gold. Even if you don't stick around, it's nice to get a little something. I am looking for Warzone Wasp and Squirrel. I owe them stuff. Cool, cool. You should give yourself. Oh, look at Chapel. Wow, not what I expected after that really spooky Spidey room. Super cool. Oh my God, Azalea. Oh my God. You may want to have a second conversation because it doesn't seem like the first one worked. Oh my God, you're making me cry. That's so funny. Oh my God, that's terrible. Oh my God, you broke me. You completely broke me. I'm literally crying. I'm gonna get messed up my makeup. bad. Breathe, breathe, Karen, breathe. Oh my gosh. Had to breathe there. Difficult. All right, so research has been asking me to go see his moon sugar, and right? I mean, didn't everybody have to put a condom on a banana in high school? Wasn't that a thing we all had to do? Oh, that was actually Ravens, which shouldn't surprise you if you saw Raven's house yesterday. Raven is just kicking it ass. Seriously, good job. Just getting started too, as either his second or third house. I mean, it's super impressive, and I'm really impressed. Really, really, really impressed. So good job. Oh my gosh, you didn't have to put the banana on the condom. That would be interesting. Uh, oh my goodness. Yeah, Raven is very talented. I don't know if it's a he or a she, so I just sort of stay out of that and sidestep it with a they. I'm sorry, I'm broken now. Okay, so next thing. Wow, I thought that was just I thought that was like a normal standard thing. All right, so Research Monkey's been asking me to take a look at this Moon Sugar Meadow. Apparently, the story in it is told by EHT. Oh, that's too bad. And I wonder why so many people in Mississippi are getting pregnant as teens. Well, if you don't tell people, interesting. I graduated high school in 95. So the fact that I got the banana, you didn't, you're after me. Wow, that's too bad. Yeah, I think Mississippi has like the highest. I'm studying Mississippi for work right now. So I think they have the highest teen pregnancy rate, if not close to it. Arkansas is pretty high too. It's just a shame, you know. I think everybody could use a condom and a banana at one point in their life. Yeah, okay, thanks, Delicious. So maybe it was an older thing. Maybe it was an older thing for our era. I graduated in 95, you graduated in 88, and it doesn't seem like people after really did it. I don't know. Okay, so here we are, the big dig. This is Moon Sugar Meadow, and it looks like wow, research doesn't usually do this much EHT, so this is different. Not read Phaedra's journal, entry 1. These are all handmade books, so these are not in the game. This is something Hammy made with EHT. Oof! Oh, poor thing. No, we really did it. We really did it. After a long overland trip, I have finally arrived at the bustling Moon Sugar Docks in northern Elsewhere. My uncle has arranged for me to assist the famous antiquarian Professor Klaus von Bunny. Gee, I wonder if it's a bunny again, Research. At his latest dig site on the high plateau, but I must first find transport to take me upriver. That's funny. Now, it's totally a real thing. So we've got Izabi and all of the storage. You know, this is not the first. I actually have taken a picture of one of Research's winches before. Crane type dealies. It's really impressive. Let's not get into that, even though I am with you probably politically. I just, you know, getting that started is probably not the best conversation to have on my stream, despite probably being on the same side as you politically. Let's just say that. Oop, pack rat. No, no, no. It's okay. It's okay. You know, you understand. I'm sure. And normally, if it was just the two of us, I'd be like, yep, let's bitch. Let's go bitch about this. Oh, man. Of course. And, you know, it's like a place where you can vent, but politics are just so hard these days. So polarizing. It's difficult. And I of course have I'd be lying if I said I wasn't miserable for the last few years because of politics. It's just miserable. But it is a tough topic, and I have been actually ignoring the news as much as possible just because my life, I can't handle it mentally. I just can't. Read Phaedra's journal entry 2. What luck! A river steamer is taking supplies upriver all the way to the falls. The captain has agreed to take me along as he puts it, quote, another useless piece of antiquarian junk. What fun! Interestingly, yeah, I already voted, so I feel like I've done all I can do anyway. So what you gonna do, right? So this is clever. Why are you guys so funny today? You guys, you're killing me today. You're gonna make me cry again. Well, I voted back in September. Uh, we got the wow, you're breaking me. We got our confirmation that it was accepted. So I know that they got my ballot. Look at this. This is such a clever way to display like a boat going down. And here you go. Here's the boat. Here's the barge, let's call it. And look, they made a barge up front too. Oh gosh, research. This is fantastic. See, luckily we can do it for other reasons early because like honestly with the pandemic, it'd be crazy if we didn't. But then again, I live in Wisconsin who refused. I did make everybody stand in line last time, but whatever. Whatever. In general, though, with the pandemic going on, our nation is trying to push mail. Oh, I know. He's super, super crazy talented. All right, so here's the third book. Phaedra's Journal, Entry 3. Disaster! Some foul river creature has attacked the steamer. The captain has ordered the crew to swim for shore, but the river is teeming with befanged creatures. This may be my last entry. Oh, and there's the creature. I don't know if it's a kraken or what. Scary. And you can see that the steamer is tipsy from, oh, another creature attacking. You see the other one in the front? Look at him. Second one. Wow, that is phenomenal. Great steamer decoration. Really cool. I love that he's telling a story here. Oh, dead bodies. Oh no, dead bodies. This doesn't look good. Flotsam and jetsam. But there is another book. Phaedra's Journal, Entry 4. I have made it to shore, but several of the crew were not so lucky. The survivors managed to dry out around a bonfire, but this attracted natives from the jungle. Unhappily, they appear to be cannibals, and I have been forced to flee upriver with those of us with enough limbs to walk. And then they left the rest behind to get eaten by the radish bunny people. You sick, sick radish bunny people. That's just wrong. Evil. Evil bunnies. Clearly. I may be a little schmaltzy here. A little bit. And then we've got probably the sneaky, sneaky section. They are wearing lettuce. Yes, their dresses are lettuce. Their dresses are lettuce, and their headbands or feathers in their hair are radishes. Or beets. I know, radishes. Radishes. Obviously. Well, what else are they going to use? They're in the middle of the jungle. Ah, I want to show you something. Ah, I found it. I found it. Okay, I'm so proud of this. I want to show you this. This is important business, okay? Remember we were talking about Andy Warhol? This is Miley Cyrus, right? Miley Cyrus a few years ago. I forget what years ago it was. Okay? This is Andy Warhol with his chick. I forget her name. Tell me Miley didn't style herself after this woman. It's like eerie to me. I forget her name. Ugh, what was her name? Edie Sedgwick. Thank you. Isn't that eerie? I don't know. I think she looks so similar. It's creepy. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Yeah, but I've been really schmaltzing it up lately because of my my lore readings have been so incredibly schmaltzy to begin with. Thank you for having the name at the tip of your fingers. Jeez. All right, here we go. Next section. Journal entry 5. I have found a cave near the falls. It is filled with colorful rock drawings. I can speak, really I can. And strange flora. Thankfully, the natives seem reluctant to come near the entrance. It appears like the cave extends into the plateau, and with luck, there may be another exit that will take us towards the dig site. Still trying to get to the dig site, not just to safety. Wiggly broccoli. Whoop. We've got a sneaky sneaky. Up we go. Up, up, up. Okay. It's just something I noticed that was like so strikingly identical to me that I was kind of surprised. All right, entry 6. Phaedra's journal, entry 6. I have reached the upper falls on the plateau. This is a bleak and unforgiving landscape. I hope I can find Professor Von Bunny's campsite before I starve to death among these rocks. And then we've got EHT waterfall. See? Look at how much you can change the environment by doing that. Isn't that fantastic? And we cross over. No filter! You get the real unfiltered stabby. I don't know why. I just felt like turning it off. Hey, blacksmith. This is Research Monkey's house. Yes. I have never seen research use this much EHT before. It's really interesting to see. He wouldn't have been able to tell the story the same way without it, I don't think. But it's really fascinating. Okay, Phaedra's journal. I hope he's... Oh my gosh. If he does the Dr. Von Bunny, I presume, I'll have to tell you that joke. I have finally arrived at Professor Von Bunny's camp. The professor seems unconcerned about the loss of the supplies and has put me to work straight away. The professor seems quite manic, rushing about the dig site, taking measurements and muttering about treasures greater than gold. And like you can see his little monocle is a bottle. Isn't that cute? Ah, he did it again. This is something he played with in his snowmelt house. And what that is with antiquities, you see the blue marking? Uh, lunar boulders, volcanic plugs, Daedric rock. Daedric rock can be pretty useful. There's a lot of other ones that are just enormous. But this is supposed to represent uh, the blue from an antiquity spot. You see it? And then we have, so Dr. Livingston. Okay, this is the joke I was trying to tell you, and it's a terrible joke, but you need to know it because it's what our ancestors thought was funny. Okay, and I'll tell it to you, and now you can get the joke that our ancestors thought was hilarious, but really wasn't. Okay. So, okay, Stanley meeting. Livingstone completely lost contact in the Congo. He was in the Congo, okay? And was ill for the last 4 years of his life. Only one of his 44 letter dispatches made it to Zanzibar. One surviving letter to Horace Waller was made available to the public. Okay. Dr. Henry Morton Stanley had been sent to find him by the New York Herald newspaper in 1869. He found Livingstone in the town of Ujiji on the shores of Lake Tanganyika in November 1871, greeting him with the now famous words, "Dr. Livingstone, I presume?" Now, the reason why they thought that was so hilarious back then in 1871 is because the guy had just trekked across the otherwise not really settled Congo, and anybody that was settled was an African person. And then they get to he gets to the one white man in the middle of the Congo, right? He's been traveling for weeks. Finally, through the Congo, he finds the one man, and he's like, "Dr. Livingstone, I presume?" As if it could be anyone else. That was the joke. Hi, Halfden. And in back in 1871, this was just the most funny joke in the whole world. This was hilarious. Woo! Great humor, guys. They didn't, their humor back then was so bad. No, it wasn't. You didn't have to be there. It was just bad. Why are they popping his eyeballs? Oh, that's so wrong. People just thought that was hilarious. Like, who else could it be, right? Having studied a lot of stuff from the 1860s, I can tell you their sense of humor was so corny and lame because they weren't really exposed to a lot of humor, right? They got it from their newspapers and from word of mouth and whatever. Their humor was just bad. It wouldn't even pass for cornball jokes these days. It was just bad. I don't know. I just gotta say that's what it is. So, okay, so we've got them digging up the eyeball guy. And then we've got them cleaning up, I guess, the artifacts, because, you see this guy putting the bowls in there. Of course you can. And then they're collecting all the stuff nicely and neatly. And then here's the next piece. Phaedra's Journal, entry 8. The workers' day at the dig site seem strangely unenthusiastic, almost like they're in some kind of trance. They just dig and dig with no excitement at the incredible finds they uncover. And here's the incredible finds. Where to put your kitchen? Wherever you want it. That's the damn truth. I mean, it makes sense to put something like put it near something like a fireplace, or where you could put a fireplace. I mean, everybody's been putting them in different spots, honestly. They've all been in I've rarely seen two that have them in the same place. So you just kind of have to go with what you feel is right, right? There is no right answer. Phaedra's Journal, Entry 9. We have found an ancient tomb buried amongst the rocks of the plateau. We are digging deeper to find the treasure rooms of this burial site. What fabulous antiquities will we find here? Let's see what's in the dead cat. Well, I've seen both. So, it looks like a skull with glowing Daedric eyes. I've seen both. The first room on the right, I've probably seen more. But that's, you know, you do what you want. Really, don't feel bad. It's all about what you prefer. I have not been there yet. We're still early on in the stream, still doing NA. This is final entry. Phaedra's Journal, final entry. Professor Von Bunny is quite mad. He is seeking the secret of eternal life, but instead has dug up eternal death. Some things are not meant to be uncovered. Some things are buried for a reason. The fool has freed the Woobin from the weight of his eternal tomb. Gee, I wonder who that could be. I must flee to warn the world. Our doom is upon us. The journal is signed Lucy Phaedra, also known as Danger Lucy. Okay, you'd get that if you're in DDA. Any resemblance of these characters to actual Divine Design Alliance guild mistresses or masters, living, dead, or undead, is purely coincidental. Well, I mean, it's up to you, really. I mean, that's one of those things that I can't really give you a good answer for. But look at all this, the undead. And I'm assuming, is this the Woobin? Where is the Woobin? Too funny. Well done. Very, very clever. Oh, is this the Woobin? This must be the Woobin, right? Oh, no, the one with the bucket on his head is always the Woobin. Okay, okay. The bucket-headed cat is the Woobin. That makes sense, because this is Gajit as well. Too funny. Really just hilariously silly. I like it. I mean, we can go look at another one. Real quick, we'll go look at another antiquarian. And see see what they did. Hold on. Leprechaun. Ah! Let me... I mean, honestly, it isn't gonna make me tell you where to put it, because honestly, it's like, it's totally up to what your opinion is, and I've seen the house like a zillion times, but I figure we could show you real quick what else someone else did. Real quick. But I can pop over in a minute. But let's see what this person did real quick. We don't have to tour the whole thing. We'll just look inside and see what the kitchen is like. I put some of these aside to look at later when I was going through them individually, because I'm trying to cut out the ones with only 200 items or something. All right, here you go. Here's one. Here is a giant fire logs down the middle. This is very Sovngardian. I did them. I did a ton of them. You can get them on my Discord and the EHT channel. Oops. I did do them. I've done plenty for as many topics as I can think of. There you go. I've done them with words, unlike Hardy did. And here's another kitchen. Here you go. Here's an example of where the kitchen could be, to the left. And they've added a Khajiit fireplace, so that gives you an idea of where you could put things. Uh, Wherever you like is really okay, but I just wanted to poke through here real quick and show you what someone else did. And then, oh, no problem. Just pop on in. Which is the subject you wanted? And I can tell you whether or not there's a video for it. And then we'll pop upstairs real quick. And then I'll come to your house. Map room. Isn't that nice? Nice little map room. All right, and then I'm back. We've got crafting, stables, and some pretty gardening out back. All right, now I'll come to yours. The whole thing is actually quite nice. I didn't give it much of a look. So, leprechauns on Antiquarian on NA. So, half dead. Let's see. But just let me know which subject you want me to go over or talk about. And okay, I see that now. And I can tell you if there's a video for it. Now, it's interestingly enough, that's fine. That's fine. Cardi has linked my videos on his official site. So, because he realizes that having words to them is pretty helpful. As opposed to just doing it. But he doesn't like his voice, so he didn't do recorded ones. I think that's why. But mine are hopefully up to date. Alright, let's pop inside. Blue and green. And a frozen face. Oh! Easy. You go into well, if you want to do it that way, yeah. But there's also the home customization. You go to custom home title and then type that in there. So those are two different ways that you can do it. But under effects, if you go into custom title, you can do that. And Aya's talking about another way to do it. But typically what I do, if you're talking about in the hub, it's what Aya's talking about. If you were talking about what you want to see up here, then I'd use EHT, whatchamacallit, home customization name. It used to pull from there to do it on the hub. Yeah, this works. I don't see why you wouldn't do over here. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I mean, where you have it is fine. With the door, I think that's the beginnings of one, right? Honestly, here's the thing. Put it somewhere, see if you hate it, and then move it, if you do, right? You could put it wherever you want it. Oh, you're talking about in here? Okay, you're saying for the housing. She is asking about EHT, I thought. So I was doing, for the EHT, you could do it out here too. I'm not really sure what to say. Honestly, it's your own choice, really. I see you're building up there. That's fun. I mean, I certainly haven't gotten anything done with mine yet. Let me show you what I mean about the naming real quick. No problem. Wish I could be more help. It's just, I don't want to tell you how to build your house, because that's like that's a personal thing. Like, I shouldn't be telling you, here, this is what you should do. I don't even believe there is a should, so it's hard for me to say it like that. You know, it's like I don't even pay any attention to what I should be doing generally. Hey, Ancien. All right, so this is what I was talking about. You go into Essential Effects, Home Customization under Effects. You do Custom Home Title. This that says you can select it, and then I change this to my dream house set. Now this will only be for EHT. Now you see up in the upper left hand corner it says my dream house. Now it says it in there. I believe it, if I had posted it to the hub, it would say that, but it doesn't say that here. I would have to reload UI. It's true. That's true. Not trying to say no. It's just tough to make a decision sometimes. Now, I haven't even, like, this is mine, and it's not even close to worked on anymore. Yeah. Yeah, you do it there. You can change it in house name, house, housing. Excuse me. I've been meaning to put this bridge down for a while now. I was missing a bridge here, and it's really annoying I didn't have it. This looks like crap. It's just here for the time being. Yeah, it's just a matter of taste, whatever you want to do. So, I mean, look, I haven't done shit yet lately. I mean, this is just all I've done so far, and I don't even like it. I'm going to have to redo it. So that gives you a sense of where I'm at with that. This thing is, I had it built on PTS, and then I decided I hated it. So, like, I don't even know anymore. It is big, it's just not good. It's big, just not good. Typical. Typical stabby. Ah! Splat. I gotta redo it entirely. It's just frustrating that it annoys me. After seeing everyone else's, it annoys me because everyone else was so good. One of those things. All right. Sisters of the Sands, Lux Loon. Hey, Blue Cow. Dogs. Which are you, a cow or a dog? A cow dog isn't a thing. I'm kidding. I'm being silly. I'm being silly. I want the world to know. Alright, we've got Lux Loons. Lovely. Sisters of the Sands. Lovely clutter. Good job with the clutter. It's almost storytelling just with this. And then a bed, a kitty, some more clutter on the shelves, a tree inside, which is always a really unique thing. Maldrin, I liked a lot about your house, but I haven't really, it's not gonna, the things I like about your house aren't gonna end up in that house. They're gonna end up somewhere else. It's gonna be in, good morning, Samothrace. It's gonna end up being in, whatchamabut, in my temple to my kitty. Julia sees her. This will be the last one in NA, and then we'll head over to EU. We'll do Amaya. Because I have a feeling Aya wants me to look at something over on EU. Okay. 599 out of 600, so we have a full house. That's nice. No effects. Julia sees her, who is, I think is in several of my guilds, but I actually don't know them personally. Lovely little decoration over here for gardening. Bet you this crafting. Oh, look at me. I called it. This is usually crafting. It isn't all that brilliant of me to be able to figure that out because it's pretty common that people use this side room for that. Okay. I will always show a person's on if I can. A person who is on. I mean, I'm not like J-Hard. I don't have like people scheduled, which he does. I don't have enough viewers that ask for me to look at their house enough for me to do that, you know? So, nice cozy interior. I mean, nice furnished interior. I has no brains. The lighting is actually the opposite of cozy. It's very blue, sharp, you know? And it's clearly they were going for something different. More of a magical look than a warm, cozy. And then here we have the opposite, which is the yellow. And here, you can see a cool thing that happens. You see how they have probably the Varla stone there? The yellow one? And then they put the Citric light right next to it. You see how right in here it looks white? That's because the yellow and the blue combine to make a white light. It's more of a whitish light. They kind of cancel each other out, and instead of having the hues to it, they become more white. You can do that with any blue and yellow lights in the game for the most part. And then you've got this room, which is like a cool, fun house. Oh, your light was off. All right, we got a little feast. It's a fun thing. Maybe one day I'll have enough viewers for that, but I don't right now. Oh, they have stuff up on top. They've got a feast and target dummy and storage. That's good. Yes. I mean, lighting it can get really advanced quickly. Where was the toilet? Did I miss a toilet? I done at the toilet. In here? Yes, that was a toilet. Sorry, brain. Oh, they're out of teepee! Oh my gosh! Somebody get them some teepee. I've seen somebody who mixed all sorts of colors to get exactly the right hue of white that they wanted. So it's really kind of crazy what you can do. Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, that's what people used to use sometimes, and the Farmer's Almanac too. Both of those were officially at one point sort of unofficially toilet paper. Oh, they added a whole bunch up here. Look at that. They added a whole extra section to this high up place. That's clever. I've never seen anyone else add this much before. This is really cool. I like this. Good job. It always bugs me that it didn't have an edge, you know? Okay. I'm going to get over to NA, or get on my way. TEU, rather. Words are hard. Words are hard. Okay. Come on. Come on, slowpoke. Low arse thing that you are. Sorry, stretching a little bit here. Okay. All right, I'll be right back while this is loading. Okie dokie. Okay. Lockhart. If I could spell. Yep. Not ready yet? Or is it open and not working? Oh, whose? You got a commission or just did it for friend? Gotcha. 2057. Away we go. You're probably out of houses anyway. Or close to. Come on. Load your boat. There. No, not that one. This one. Okay. 2D57. 600 out of 600. No effects. We've got really interesting greenery replaced from what was originally there. It's taller, more interesting. Kind of fits with the... Hold on. No. It just looks better, I guess. I don't know why it looks better, but it does. Oh, you did one of those. Oof, so pretty. Okay, so first we have a feast. Look at those chairs, too. You didn't skimp. And a beautiful golden floral arrangement under the shield that just really brings it all together. That looks really good. But the showstopper is obviously this beauty up here. All of this. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of sculptural work in this game, and it's made with either statues or busts. This is more like a frieze, I guess. I forget what they're called when they're a brass kind of look, but it's amazing, or bronze rather, bronze art, and it's really beautifully done. As an inset here, it's just perfection. That's a real showstopper. And it shows off what the person did too, you know. It's like, it's not just, it's got dual purpose, you know. It's not just artistic, it's also showing off the person has this many busts and has done this many things. And again, we have the yellow and the yellow over here, which is interesting. Definitely this person is a Old Mary Dominion. Is that what yellow is? I think, right? Ah, I see what you did here. Okay, so aside from the gorgeous cobbled couch, which is, it looks like orcish beds and the couch, I mean the carpets, the little white polar bear carpets, library things and whatnot. But this is the back and upside down, no, the back of the fertility goddess one. So you know that fertility goddess, what the hell is this called? Morwa's Blessing, the one with the pregnant lady. If you flip it around, you get this gorgeous sculpture side to it, engraved looking side, that you can make into this. And it's really quite beautiful because when you combine it with the bottom, you've also got the gate down there. That looks lovely. It's just a really nice combination. And the yellow, again, the yellow pillows really go, and the yellow edging to the curtains. I mean, it's Drift, thank you. Much appreciated. No, children do not apparently exist in the second era. I don't get it. Teenagers, forget it. It's just, you can be pregnant, but the baby just goes poof. Again, with the yellow, I think you really very consciously focused on yellow touches to sort of bring the whole thing together. I could be wrong on that, but even the lighting, there's a subtle yellow lighting in here. I really like it. Maybe I'm imagining it. I could be like that English teacher who thinks that everything has a meaning and I'm wrong. But I really feel like, yeah, okay, good. I really feel like it was intentional and it was beautifully done. Oh, look at this table. That's true. Okay. I'm trying to figure this one out without cheating and looking. Nope, don't know. Gonna cheat. Solitude fireplace. Wow, would not have guessed. Fascinating. Really interesting use of those to make a giant, gorgeous table. Oh wow, you used this. Okay. You know those little, those spinny things, the prayer wheels? They had that holder we got like a week or so back. That's that holder. She put 2 of them combined behind these 2 poison sets. And then I'm guessing 2 solitude drawers. And those are probably more of these. I mean, that's a really nice cobble. That's really, really well done. Really complicated too. Yeah, they do. They really do. And then we've got a lovely sink with keg knobs and all sorts of stuff. This kitchen has a pretty decent amount of storage. Most kitchens I see in this game do not have a lot of storage built in, and this one has cabinetry all over the place, which is really what's the word? Oh, that looks good. Do you want me to turn that off? I'll turn that back off. But it's got a really look at the little detail, the fish being cut. It's got a really what's the word? Practical, realistic edge to it. The fact that it does have proper storage. Oh, look, even more. And look at the root cellar. Brilliant. Look at how elegant that is. It's one piece leaned up against the wall. How elegant. The pantry and root cellar. Perfection. It's just brilliant. Even more storage. We've got smoked items. Perhaps this is cold storage, maybe. The lighting behind, lighting up the... I mean, this is great. It really is. It really is. My kitchen storage is really lame. It's just not... There is not enough in my kitchen storage. At all. Oh, is this the bathroom? I don't think I've ever seen anyone put that under there like that. That's an interesting move. Okay, so we've got a bathroom sink with the soap dispenser I always use because I love it too. All right, entirely new toilet time. Never seen one like this. That is quite the throne. I'm not going to say who I think would use something like this because I don't want to get political, but you kind of guessed where I'm going with this. If you're like me. Mm. It is. It's a golden throne. Fantastic so far. Okay. Do we go up or no? Yeah. That's true. I mean, you do have that color going through it. I mean, look at that. You've got the curtain gold, the carpet gold. I mean, everything's got, even the piece next to it. It's really nice that you were able to tie it together. Something about their character's personality. Obviously, their faction is important to them. So you really make it about his personality when you drag it through the whole house. Incorporate it like this. Also, gorgeous cobble of a bed. Um, you it's funny because you've got a style thing that comes from it, but at the same time you also have, oh, that's a neat use of the fence. Okay, enjoy. You got a style element out of it, but you're also honoring their personal taste, which is and what's important to them as a player. So that's kind of cool. I see Phaedra over there doing Phaedra things. I don't know if you have anything around, but I will walk around just in case. Okay, we have an outdoor eating area. So that just what we were talking about with Half Dead is that you do have this lovely outdoor eating area right next to a fireplace if you want. This has become a very popular thing to do in design magazines recently. Building up your porch to include an actual fireplace, not just a little fire pit, but an actual fire, so that you can sit outside in different weather and enjoy your yard. Because I mean, we're all stuck at home right now, so it's a pretty cool thing to do just to begin with. It's not even just a in-game thing. It's a very popular design thing to do now. Something that I wouldn't mind myself. And here we go, another one with a little barbecue next to it. Yeah, it's very popular now. Which walls? The outside? They used stone walls. These are the Solitude stone walls you can see. And then they added the fence, which is short. You can use the fence. I mean, you can add it just using the structural items. You can play around with the structural items and add to it. It doesn't you don't have to stick with the exterior of the house the way that it is. You can mess with it. And that's the fun part. Oh yeah, no problem. I mean, and it would also be very trendy because it is something that's being done right now. I am going to go up. I just wanted to see what was over here too. I don't know how many people would recognize that that's a trendy thing right now that people are doing, but I did. So there you go. One person. And then you've got storage and a cart. Ah, I like what you did here. Okay, so this is not here. You see this beautiful curved walkway? This is not here. And this section here is really irritating. It's got this odd angle to it, and it's difficult to get it to go up evenly and not with too much of a tilt to it. And so what she's done here is she's avoided that really odd. I know this sounds crazy, but this is a really irritating spot. And what you've done is completely avoid the problem, which is the incline is too much here. It's just a little too much. It doesn't look good. And at the same time, it's uneven. You know, you see how this section is uneven? So going out here and around, you avoid both problems. You can use stairs, you have a better incline. It doesn't look stupid where it's half the dirt is covering it. Um, and you're avoiding, you know, the unevenness. So it's really cool. That's a really, wow, you really did it. Because there's rocks here that are uneven, and it's just a really annoying place to have to build, but you've really, like, if, if this was real life, I'd be like, you brought in a grader. You graded the side of the countryside. um, Graders are those big trucks that come in or construction stuff, and they like even out the land, and they pour water on it, and then they even it out some more, and they push dirt around until everything is graded into a same level. And honestly, it looks like you graded it. I mean, that's how good that is. I know I'm making a big deal out of something, but this is a thing that annoys me. So it's truly amazing the way you worked around it. So I'm super impressed with it. And then you've got this lovely little spot right by the water. I used to be in construction defect work, so grading is such a huge deal, and it is, and can be messed up pretty easily. So have a detail. What is said detail? Because I really like this. There's 40 trees, an additional to the oh, wow. And you still managed to do this much structural work. That's kind of amazing. That you were able to do that. That's really spectacular. Good job. Yes, I can notice it's greener back here for sure. I mean, I know there. Okay, here's the trick. The problem for me to notice it is, I actually removed most of my trees in the back because I'm building up here. So it's hard for me to tell where it started because I haven't been looking at it with the normal amount of trees in a while. But yeah, I can notice it slightly. It's just not something that just stands out to me because I removed all my trees. Um, there's just not anything back here. I think I noticed them. And the shrubbery is different. The shrubbery is very noticeably different. You know, this elsewhere textured shrubbery, much different. Yeah, I like it. It's a good job. You did a really good job, and this person should be pleased. Yeah, that would be an interesting look too. They reflect light really well. Sunrise and sunset would probably be really pretty. So, beautifully. Beautiful. I hope I didn't... Did I miss anything? You let me know if I missed anything. Real quick, I'm going to pull up something for Samothrace. This is... I could see that. It's not... It is not a simple thing from the looks of it. It looks like it's quite complicated. Alright, so here is what I'm talking about. This is a grand topol in somebody's house that I knew. I just loved the way the light came through the fabricant trees. It's just, they almost glow, whereas other trees perhaps would not have that same hue to it. I really liked the glowy sections of it. Anyway, just something I want to show you. But this house are not... This house isn't... I don't know. That's the thing, though. Do you really want somebody to tell you how you should make your house? Right? I mean, I don't know. Because it kind of is saying, here, you need to do it this way. And it... I don't know. I kind of feel like, you know, mind your own beeswax. Zos, you stay out of this. All right, I have a quick. Somebody asked me. Noap Twin EU primary. I don't know if this is going to be another antiquarian. If it is, I'm sorry, but this person did ask for a tour, so we're going to go look. Yeah, they can be really beautiful depending on how you use them. They really are. Not a Maya, so not that. I mean, if they're not going to offer it for sale, if they're not going to offer a furnished antiquarian for sale, then I don't want them to bother making it a furnished one, because then they're just taunting me, right? Then they're just, bah. Oh. Okay, gotcha. All right, so I think we have lava? No, I gotcha. As there are people who on the PTS go and do a crazy amount of work on these houses and build them almost better than anyone could on live. They could use one of those. Wow, I just fell in. This is like a lava grotto they've created. Very sparkly. The volcanic plugs are very often used for, like somebody else mentioned, terraforming, and they use them here. This is lots of red and glowy and very interesting. And Phaedra's walking around. What is she looking for? What are you looking for, ma'am? Sorry. That's actually kind of a funny comment. Now, I think this is a really good choice of plant, not just because it's red, but also because it's popular in Stonefalls. I mean, that's where this plant is from. You actually buy it from the vendors in Stonefalls. And it's not just because it's red and sticky that it looks good here. It's also because it's in Stonefalls, because it's a volcanic area. So if you're going to build a volcano, using volcanic plants is really smart. Just saying. I'm probably stating the obvious there, but then we got some shrooms. Sometimes I do that. I state the obvious, and I apologize. But I just say what comes into my head and what I notice, and sometimes it's not all that earth-shattering. Okay, they closed off this other section of the house, and they closed off the whatchamacallit, the shed section. So we just have the house with these beautiful potted plants here that they used. Not the thistle, dummy. What is the pot? It's not going to tell me what the pot is, because of course it isn't. Statue base square. And then they use butterfly bushes, which add movement. All different colors. These are really nice autumnal colors mixed. They really brought in a variety of textures and colors, and I like that a lot. It's not just sticking some plants. There's some thought to it. Crystal and sand. It's like a desert kind of section, and then this one has... It's interesting. They use different dirt depending on what the item is that they made, and I think that's actually really thoughtful that they put that much thought into it. It shows that they care. That is not always the case. You know what I mean? Wiggly broccoli. Wiggly broccoli belongs behind bars. I agree with this because it's creepy. Interesting. Ah, very clever. Sinking one down makes it look like they're two different sizes of geodes. Isn't that clever? I can't open that. Alright, what have we got going on here? Clutter, somebody drinking some mead maybe, and eating disgusting fish that I would never eat in a million years. Chorus eggs. vines. This is very interesting. Botanist, you think? Not sure. Somebody who just appreciates vivarians? Not sure what the story is. Very, very interesting, though. And then we have the kitty litter box for a more sandy type environment, like a biome almost. Beautiful over here. Oh goodness, another desert-y one. And then this one is very floral. Very pretty. Oh goodness, this is the greenhouse. It just gets better. Yeah, we're looking at an alchemist slash perhaps botanist, because we've got all of these different mushrooms and things cut up, and this person is clearly working. This is their shroom section. That's a clever idea with the lightning, the storm crag hidden under there. What's this? Oh, I don't have my light. But they've got even more sinister type stuff over here. Blood and a heart. And then they've got the hist. Goodness. Argonians would be pissed. It is a litter box, obviously. Yeah, I mean, I know it's not, but sometimes it's just funny because that's what it initially strikes me as. This is very jungle-oriented slash... You know what pisses me off about the hist? This baby hist? Let me show you what pisses me off about it. The real hist. Thank you so much. One Note Jumbo. Wow, that's a name for you. Definitely a name for you. There is a picture of, there's the hist in, I guess it's in Broadwood. Hold on, it was on, I had it under ideas, I think. And it's got these hanging, beautiful flowers hanging off the tree, right? You certainly can. If I can figure out what it is, I shall send you a message. I know she told me. Hold on a second. Give me a moment. It is something I will send to you. I will message it to you. Give me one moment. So sorry. I was supposed to write it down. Here we go. Sending it to you via message. Thank you for patiently waiting for me to do that. Sorry about that. Here you go. Happy Crown Day to you. Enjoy. Just so you all know, as it says below, if you are buying crowns and you're going to go through TCE, I do have a one-time, for each of you, a one-time discount that you can use, which is going to lower it to, let me see how much it was that she does it. I keep forgetting to tell people this. I'm a dummy. 25 gold per crown on your order, which is fantastic. Yes, me too. That'll be fun tomorrow. So if you're gonna buy stuff through TCE, that's a real discount. One time, worth it. So I'll point it out again tomorrow when all of the stuff goes up for sale. I don't think it's up for sale today, is it? No. When all the cool stuff goes up tomorrow, I'll remind y'all. Thanks for reminding me, actually, Jumbo. I'm a dummy. Yes, that's just in general, though. Yeah, that's true. I have actually done several transactions on stream to show people how it works. Yes, there is a 6K crown limit, regardless of whether you use the discount or not. So you probably should use it, though, because honestly, like, you don't want to get ripped off, and people are getting ripped off right and left these days. It's really bad right now. So we're done here. Very nice. Thank you for inviting me, Napton. Send me the next house you want me to explore, and I shall. Very excited that you're reaching out to me and asking me to do that, because it's super nice to have people care enough to ask. All right, Tiny Fangs, Shayo's pool party. I love Tiny Fangs. Not only does she have a cool name, but she's really into lore. She has a lot of fun. Yeah, the Witches Festival is fun. I don't remember what's going up for sale tomorrow, but I do know things will be going up with, excuse me, with the event starting. Plus, we will have drops, I'm sure. Oh, different. I am currently on EU. Wow, this is nifty. Tiny Fangs. You know I love you. I really love Tiny Fangs. I found her work a while ago, and it's like everything she does is so fascinating. Look at the trees. It's almost like we're in a realm of oblivion with everything hanging up there, and the rainbow is effect. She uses effects very well. Tiny Fangs? Yeah, she's on EU. She's really cool, though. Very much into lore, uses a lot of fairy history. She entwines it with both real life Irish history or Gaelic history, as well as she intertwines it with Skyrim lore. It's really interesting how she combines it all. It's very interesting. Most of her homes have whole stories in books about that. So it's like somebody very smart who put things together, two and two in their head, and were able to assimilate it in a way that they can explain to other people. Okay, what have we here? Eek! I fell down. What on earth? The blood. What's the This is terrifying. What is this? Oh, over here it all turns red and bloody. She learned how to use actions. All right, this is nifty. Okay, so this is an action, folks. What happens when you are not in the house is you can add an action, which lets you, oh, is it? Well, it lets you, though, what it's cool is it lets you apply an effect when people do certain things. Gotcha. And so that looks really cool. I'm a big fan. Look at all the blood. Don't stand in the lava, folks. That's how that works. You don't stand in the lava. Except I can't jump to save my life, so I'm not going to try. Sorry. Everybody knows that about me. I can't even walk straight, let alone jump. But I appreciate the idea behind it. Actually, that may not be an action. That may be something just pulsing. What is that? Fog. Okay, it's just chilled air and fog. You ended in the rock? Good Lord! You're crazy. How did you do that? Splat. I lied. That wasn't an action, but still. Nothing like a fresh lava pool in the morning. What is the line? Nothing like napalm in the morning or something like that. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'll start over. I am not jumping up. You're crazy if you think I am jumping up there. Ain't happening. But I will look. Very pretty. Oh, water. I'm being peed on. Lame. Thank you for the knowledge, though, One Nut. Okay, so we've got like a redone architecture inside. And then books and cats. I mean, isn't that really what heaven is? Books and cats? Don't know. I didn't go on PTS because I don't have the space for it on my computer right now. Yeah, okay. Do any of you know, have any of you been on PTS and know whether or not there's voucher stuff coming? Because I have not been on it in a while. This is a really weird combination of Christmas and Halloween. It's almost like I expect to see Jack Skellington come out anyway, or Corpse Bride out of nowhere, you know? Excuse me. And then they added this extra bedroom up here. Really cool. This is some ingenious thinking. I'm actually a little confused even about what's going on, which is fascinating to me. All right, I'm assuming you start here if you're the kind of person who can do hoppy stuff, which I am not. I am not a hopper. I will walk over here, but I shall not walk on the sticks because that's nuts. Fun. So if you guys want to try this out, if you're better than me at this kind of thing, you may want to. No, I have magic carpet on. I don't know. I think that bedroom. I don't know. I actually don't know. Anyway, so what I was saying was, if you want to try this out, it's Tiny Fangs, and it's on EU. My dad was in Vietnam, and he told me a story about when he was in Vietnam, they had the Hollywood sign up on the wall on the mountain next to them. It's funny how, like, they made their own and hung it up on the side of the mountain. It's funny how, like, so much of things that reminded people of home were incorporated into the craziness of the era. That is kind of cool. You could jump down on that, though. Really beautiful tiny things. So yeah, that's it. There was a lot of weird shit like that going on. All right, Hundings. What time is it? I'm starting to wind down a little bit. XXX dissimilar. Do exclamation point potato for PCNA or PCEU. Dad didn't talk about Vietnam much until the last couple of years. Before that, he didn't really. I mean, I could pick his brain about it, but I really haven't. He wrote down most of it, if not all of it, about where he was at each point. He was drafted. Did not want to go. Be the first to tell you that. Hello, Lavati. Look at all of this clutter. There's so much going on. Right? Seriously. It's kind of amazing to me how old the Vietnam vets are getting. Like, my dad's in his mid-70s now. Like, really? That's crazy. He was a young guy, got drafted. Just interesting here. Lots of eclectic different styles, Orcish and Khajiit and Redguard and Dark Elf, and you got a whole bunch of different things going on here. So somebody is just mixing it up the way they like it. Right. My dad just did the one because he got blown up. I will, actually. He'd appreciate it. My dad got blown up. He was leading a group. He was a sergeant. He was leading a group of men up the side of a mountain. He noticed an obvious trap and told them to go the opposite way. And the guy in charge did not. The guy leading, which was not him in front, didn't do that and blew up. And my father and many other in the platoon were blown up because of a tripwire. And he and his best friend were airlifted to the USS Sanctuary, which was a ship surrounding the. Was a ship that went around Vietnam, and it was a hospital ship, and they would airlift people over to it. And his best friend, this is a really cool story actually, his best friend, he never knew what happened to him because the guy got blown up, and my dad was told by the doctor, because my dad was was messed up, but this guy's head was messed up. And so my dad was told by the doctor, hey, keep talking to your friend. He can probably hear you, and it will keep him here. It'll give him something to focus on. I'm sorry, Samothrace. That's awful. So my dad kept talking to his buddy, and he never knew his buddy's real name. He always called him Casper, and because he was very pale, they had a nickname. So my dad always referred to him that way. After my dad got fixed up, he was sent to Japan to heal, and he was there in a wheelchair for quite some time before they finally said, you know what, you're not going to get better anytime soon. We're 100% disabled. We're sending you home, right? Purple Heart, the whole bit. So they sent him home, and he never was able to find out what happened to Casper. So I started searching for this guy, for my dad, because he was haunted about whether or not his friend made it, right? So I tried so hard. I couldn't do it. Couldn't find the guy. Finally, my dad's very much involved in the VA. He got a call from a guy at the VA saying, hey, were you in this, were you in 1st Cavalry, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, that was me. And he said, there's this guy who's been looking for you. And he tells him his name, and yeah, and he doesn't he didn't actually recognize the name, but he's like, apparently it was Casper in the last couple of years, like 2 years ago. The guy had massive brain damage from being blown up in the same event that my dad was blown up. He has very little memory, but he remembered my dad. And so my dad spent like hours with him on the phone, scanned in all of his Vietnam pictures, and sent him these pictures. Really? That's funny. And so my dad scanned in all these Vietnam pictures, and he was telling the guy all the stories that he remembered, because the guy's memory was pretty much gone. And it was like, yeah, this is what we did. This is what happened to us. This is all this stuff. And it was just a really moving thing for me to see, because I know how much it tortured my father that he never knew if Casper made it or not. This is gorgeous, by the way. So much going on in here. So it was a really a good moment. It was a good time. I mean, it's sad that the guy was wounded so badly, but really awesome that he was still alive and that they were able to reconnect, while they're still alive. Both of them in their 70s. Pretty amazing. This is Hundings. And so happy for my father. My dad is a good man. He spends so much time with other vets at the VA who don't get visitors. You know, the ones at the VA hospital that no one ever goes visits. My dad is an official volunteer who goes in and sits with those guys, and he brings books and they talk about the war, or he takes them to the PX, or he does all this stuff with them because they don't get other friends. And so my dad was friends with this one guy for visiting him for like 3 or 4 years, right? And the guy died of cancer. It was really sad. And there was no other family. There was no family for him. You know, he died. That was it. My dad was the only friend he had, didn't have any family, anything like that. My father paid for his funeral. He didn't have to do that. It tells you what kind of man my dad is. And it really moved me. It was really sweet. He's a good guy. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Wow. That's interesting. Fascinating. I would have done the same. Kept looking for that stuff. Wow. Anyway, I'm just so... I was wondering how he was still around with that kind of Lancia's Stillwaters. It is very funny. My dad was a good guy. But, you know, that's who I was raised by. You know, somebody who cares enough about people to go and visit them when no one else does. Somebody who spends his free time helping these guys out, right? He also teaches the class to the younger vets who are in the hospital on how to write resumes, because he was a hiring manager for years. So he teaches the younger guys how to write a resume. But that's how I was raised, you know, to care about it. And yeah, that's true, cemeteries, but I wish they could get more attention while they were still alive. So, you know, that's the kind of thing that I value too. So, yeah, I'm a softie, but I was raised that way. I'm a softie. Oh, look at this. This is really interesting, especially with the greenhouses. This is really complex. And the aquariums. Wow. Oh, all of this added on. Oh, that's so sad. My grandpa was oh, okay. My grandpa was in D-Day as well. And I was in 3rd grade, and that's nice. Yeah, that is the second one I've seen here. Wow, look, they built a whole complex. This is beautiful. I actually was in 3rd grade, and I was doing a story on genealogy. You know, because, you know, 3rd graders, you're going to tell your family history, go talk to your grandparents and write it down, right? And I actually was really curious about his war experiences, and he told me a lot of things, you know, in the level that you would tell a 3rd grader. But I still understood it and how horrible it was. And I wrote it all down, and I still have it. And I was really glad I asked those things, because I learned a lot about him. That this is Stillwaters, believe it or not. This is in Western Skyrim. I don't think they built into the back at all. I think they just didn't. Oh, I'm wrong. They've got a spaceship. Because of course they do. Wouldn't you? If you could have a spaceship? That's awesome. I don't get the jellyfish, but it's awesome. So yeah, I did get that information, and that was important. So I wrote that all down, and you know the thing, I'm never having kids. So my niece and nephews, I wish they cared, but they don't. Yeah, whatever. That's what this is all about, right? We're spending time together. That's the whole point, isn't it? We're keeping each other company and talking about things that matter to us. Even if we're not focusing on the house 100%, this is really cool. Yeah, it must be. I'm thinking, Samo. Yeah. So it's rough because, you know, I wish I could go back in time and ask my grandfather more things, but at least I know some things. All right. I hope you all did exclamation point potato PCNA PCEU because I'm going to call it. They really don't care now. I'll tell you that. They're very self-absorbed children. And I don't dislike them, but look at that television. That's cute. That's really cute. I don't dislike them, but my sister does not value art, music, never took them to a museum in their lives. When I came home over the summers, I would take them to museums and I would try to do things with them, but I barely ever come home to New York anymore. So why would they have values that much different from their parent when they weren't raised to value that at all? They don't value reading. They don't value any of the cultural things that I think are so important. It's sad. That's my sister for you. Rejecting everything my parents stood for. What you gonna do? All right, I'm gonna call it. Yeah. But you know what, though, Drift? I was born in 77, and it was like that then, too. I couldn't get people to care. It was rough. You know, you either care or you don't. You're one of those kind of people who cares, or you're one of the people who don't. And it's just one of those things. All right, we're going to pick a winner. Narosa 25, are you PCNA or PCEU? If we know where Narosa is. Cool. I shall go over there and give you monies. Itchy nose. Let me see who's on real quick. One time real quick, as we would say in Wisconsin. One time real quick. Okay. I'm gonna go. So I will catch you all later and see you tomorrow and have a good one, okay, folks? Thanks for keeping me company this morning in the interesting conversation. I hope to see you all soon.